My fiancé hired his ex-girlfriend to plan our wedding. Little did I know she was planning more than a wedding. 3 months ago, Liam proposed at our favorite beach. It was perfect. 2 weeks later, he said he found the best wedding planner in the city. I was excited until I walked into our first consultation meeting and saw Charlotte sitting behind the desk. Charlotte, his ex from college, 4 years together. The one he swore meant nothing to him anymore. She hugged him way too long, then shook my hand with this tight smile and said congratulations. The whole meeting felt wrong. She kept asking Liam questions directly, barely looking at me. Asked about his vision for the day, his favorite flowers, his dream venue. When I suggested a garden ceremony, she wrinkled her nose and said Liam always hated outdoor events because of allergies. I didn't even know he had allergies. She knew his coffee order, oat milk latte with an extra shot. That's when I should have said something. Every planning meeting got worse. Charlotte texted Liam directly instead of our group chat, sent venue options at midnight, called him during lunch about color schemes. I told him it made me uncomfortable. He said I was being paranoid and Charlotte was just dedicated to her job. At cake tasting, I tried 12 different flavors and found the perfect vanilla lavender. Charlotte pulled Liam aside afterward. They whispered in the corner for 10 minutes. On the drive home, he said Charlotte suggested chocolate raspberry instead because it was more sophisticated. That was Charlotte's favorite flavor. She posted about it on her food blog 3 years ago. I know because I looked. 2 weeks ago, Liam came home and said Charlotte found the perfect venue. Said we needed to book it immediately or we'd lose it. I asked to see pictures first. He said there wasn't time and we needed to put down the $5,000 deposit that night. I said no. He called me difficult and said Charlotte had been working so hard for us. I checked the venue website later. It was the same place Charlotte got married before her divorce. Same ballroom, same garden, everything. I showed Liam. He said it was just a coincidence. Last week I logged into our wedding planning portal, found hundreds of messages between them going back months. Inside jokes, late night conversations about everything except the wedding. One message from her said she missed him. His response said he missed her too, but couldn't say that out loud. I took screenshots and sent them to my sister. She called immediately and said I needed to confront him. I waited until he got home at 11 p.m. from what he said was a venue walkthrough with Charlotte. Put my phone on the table with the messages pulled up. Asked him to explain. He got defensive, said they were just friends reconnecting. I asked if anything physical happened. He swore nothing did. Said I was being paranoid. I wanted to believe him so badly that I did. 3 days later, the bridal shop owner pulled me aside. She looked uncomfortable. Said 2 weeks ago she was closing up late and saw Liam's car still parked outside Charlotte's planning office across the street. Saw them come out together around midnight. They were kissing in the parking lot. She had security camera footage because the cameras faced the street. She showed me. There was Liam with his hands in Charlotte's hair, her arms around his neck pressed against his car. I threw up in the bathroom. I drove straight to his work and confronted him in the parking lot. He broke down immediately. Said it happened once after a late planning session 6 weeks ago. Said he was drunk and confused and it meant nothing. Begged me to forgive him. Said he'd fire Charlotte as our planner and never speak to her again. I should have left right then. Instead, I told him he had one chance. One. He swore on everything he'd never hurt me again. That was 8 days ago. Yesterday, Liam said he needed to stay late at work for a project deadline. I had this sick feeling all night. Around 10 p.m., I drove to Charlotte's apartment. The address was in our wedding planning documents. Liam's car was parked outside. I sat there for 30 minutes trying to convince myself there was some explanation. Then they walk out together. He was carrying an overnight bag. She was wearing his jacket. They kissed on her doorstep before he saw my car. His face went completely white. I got out and walked straight up to them. Charlotte didn't even look surprised, just smiled at me with this satisfied look. Liam started apologizing, saying it wasn't what it looked like. I asked Charlotte if she'd been sleeping with my fiancé this whole time. She said yes. Said they never stopped loving each other and planning our wedding made them realize they should be together. Liam told me to calm down and we could talk about this. I asked if he was seriously asking me to calm down right now. He said Charlotte made him happy in ways I never could. Said I was too controlling, too jealous, too insecure. Said Charlotte was way better than me in bed. Said being with Charlotte felt right and he couldn't marry me when he was in love with someone else. Just like that. Standing in Charlotte's apartment parking lot 1 week before our wedding, he chose her. Said he'd move his stuff out this weekend. I felt so betrayed. How could I fall for this man? I'm sitting in our apartment surrounded by wedding presents I have to return. He texted an hour ago asking if we could split the cancellation fees. Then my sister called. She was looking at Charlotte's Instagram. They didn't cancel the venue. They're using our wedding date, our flowers, our menu, and our cake flavor. Everything I planned. Charlotte posted an engagement photo this morning. The caption said she's marrying the love of her life in 6 days at the venue of her dreams.